Welcome back to Coach's Corner, and as promised, Pohai boys basketball coach, Coach Keenan Curry, with this special guest, and of course the basketball season over. And just recap here on this edition of Coach's Corner. And Coach Curry, thanks for being with us.
Thank you. Thanks for having us.
First round of regionals, we'll talk about that briefly. Broken Arrow, number one team in the entire state, and the Pohai Wildcats go over there, and they show up. And they play. Of course, the regionals didn't go the way you wanted them to with that first loss to Broken Arrow. But tell us about that game. I mean, that was a tough game for your squad, but you got to be proud.
Yeah, it was definitely a tough game, and the guys knew from the get-go it was going to be something that we had to play pretty much a almost perfect game. They have Broken Arrow has a lot of talent. A couple D1 guys and guys that can really put the ball in the basket and really defend. And so for our young guys, it was just one of those deals where we had to come out and play. We had to execute on both ends of the floor. We had to do our jobs, our individual jobs. And if we did that to the best of our ability, our deal was we wanted to keep it as close as possible, as long as possible. And then once you're in a close game in that fourth quarter, it's anybody's ball game.
Yeah.
So
Right.
that's why they call it March Madness. But Broken Arrow, they came out and played hard, defended, and got some easy baskets quickly and early, and it kind of went from there. But I'm proud of where our guys finished as far as their mindset and their work ethic, and just where we're trying to go in the future.
Absolutely. Well, the young Pohai Wildcat team, certainly not fair to look at a win-loss record and make a judgment on the season, because it was a year of positive progress, and your players got the experience. Players will be coming back next year, and all of this experience is going to help. Tell us about that. A year of progress.
For sure. I mean, the biggest thing we told our guys is our record doesn't define who we are. It really does, and it's hard to look at that, and see that, especially as a coach, and a lot of our guys, we weren't satisfied with where we finished, but we're going in the right direction. The guys are talking positively. They're ready to get back in the gym already, but we're going to take a couple of weeks off and rejuvenate our bodies and try to get some rest and whatnot. And then get back to it. So I think it was overall a great year as far as getting better and where we want to go in the future again. But we have a long ways to go. So it's all about putting our heads down and getting back to it.
Yeah, I mentioned a young team, only one senior on the Pohai Wildcat basketball team.
Yeah.
And tell us about your senior that'll be moving on.
PL Seals, he was a great asset in a lot of ways. To be honest with you, he surprised me. He's his number one sport's a baseball guy, so I knew that from the get-go, but didn't know what he was going to bring to the table. His brother Luke Seals is probably more of a basketball guy, so figured we would have. We didn't know exactly what we were going to get from PL Seals, but come to find out, he was a great leader. The guys loved him. They gravitated towards him. He didn't take plays off. I mean, he just worked his tail off, and those are things that we want in our young guys coming up, our 8th graders or 9th graders. So if I was to say anything positive about P.O. Seals in regards to his basketball program, he's everything we want in a Pohai Wildcat basketball player, without a doubt. So great kid. He's going to play college baseball at Southwestern College, and I'm proud of him and looking forward to having guys like him come up through our program and help us win some games.
Absolutely. Young team, the off-season plans. I know you mentioned a couple of weeks off. Just kind of rejuvenate a little bit, and then you're going to reorganize and work on that off-season plan. What does that look like?
Well, the biggest thing for our guys, our young guys, is getting in that weight room. We're going to get in that weight room big time. Work on a lot of skills, a lot of basics. We're gonna dummy it down. It's gonna be really boring for a couple weeks, for a couple months. But that's what we have to do to get where we need to be. A goal of ours is to be the most best fundamental team in the state. And if we can be the best fundamentally sound team, I think we can be in a lot of games. So that's the things we're going to work on the off season / summer and get better. And I think we have a lot of guys excited about it, trying to get to it right now. I think it's going to be good for us.
Yeah, absolutely. The banquet coming up the 28th. We talked about the banquet with Coach Fincher earlier, and of course it's a combined banquet. The boys and girls teams at that banquet 28th. Your team's got to be excited about that. One last opportunity to get together, kind of celebrate the season, and of course for Seals it's going to be a farewell. So tell us about that. These sports banquets, very important into the season, kind of wrap everything up.
Well, yeah, it's one of those deals where you come together and you kind of give some awards out, eat some good food, and what we want to do as far as our program is concerned is just because we're going out to our other sports and doing our own things now that basketball season's over, we talk about family a lot, and so we're going to still do a lot of things together throughout the off season. Other guys in other sports, baseball, soccer, tennis. We're still going to come together. Guys still going to come over for barbecue one weekend, watch March Madness one weekend, maybe go to a swimming pool this summer. Just still hanging out, staying close, that family atmosphere. This banquet is not one of those deals where everybody goes
separate ways.
Yeah,
right.
no, we don't. We're trying to keep this as close as possible. I still want to talk to these guys every day, see these guys every day, and I think that will, in the long run, really help us.
Yeah.
The banquet's going to be great, and it's going to be something that hopefully I don't get any teary eyes or anything like that.
Right? How can you help with this?
No, but I'm excited, man. I really am. I'm excited about these young guys. They did more for me this year than I did for them, without a doubt. And have to give a lot of respect and kudos to my staff, my young staff. Two guys that they're in their first year as well. DJ Bishop and Brandon Wilson, young guys, but very very bright futures in this business and in their other sports as well. So I'm excited where we're going and looking forward to it.
All right, Coach Curry, thank you.
Thanks, buddy.
All right, always love it when we have Coach Curry with us on Coach's Corner, and that's going to do it. And a big thank you to Coach Venture being here a little earlier and Coach Curry on this edition. Well, thank you for watching. Join us next time. I'm Sean Anderson for Coach's Corner in Ponca City Public Schools.